Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to a Division 2 video, and today we're gonna talk about the 41 new exotic blueprints coming to the game. Yes, you heard it right, 41 new exotic blueprints. There are not new weapons or new gear, these are the blueprints so you can target farm a certain exotic and just craft them. These new blueprints will be connected to the Retaliation game mode, will be the newest game mode introduced to the Division 2 with next season, and it's closer than you think. We are only 5 days away from the new season, starting the Pact on September the 9th. So let's talk blueprints. We have a total of 41 blueprints, 21 weapons, and 20 gear pieces. And as I mentioned before, these blueprints are connected to the new Retaliation game mode. And with completing that game mode and or taking out certain enemies within Retaliation, you will earn exotic blueprints. And it works in a pretty slick way. You don't have to worry about you grabbing a blueprint out of the loot pool of 41. No, it is split up within factions. There are a few base things that we need to craft these exotics. For example, the gun alloy or the gear weave, depending on what you want to craft. Then we have the tactical assessment that you need from a certain faction to craft a weapon, to craft a gun, and then we need exotic components. Those are the three materials that will always be needed to craft one of these exotics. If it's gonna be a weapon, if it's gonna be gear, the gun alloy or the gear weave, the tactical assessment and the exo components are always needed. Next to that, if we look at the weapon category, it will always ask us for steel as well. And then depending on which class you're gonna craft, it's gonna be titanium or it's gonna be carbon fiber. On the side of the gear, we will always need to use electronics as well, but depending what gear you want to craft, you need polycarbonate or ceramics. Those are the 5 base materials that you need to get together to craft one of these exotics whenever you got that blueprint. And then there are 6 new materials added to the game as well throughout the Retaliation game mode. What will be needed to craft the exotic gear and or weapons. Those 6 are crystallized spice, military dog tags, biohazard canister, burning ash, crossed balaclava, and automated defense parts. There are a few other materials that are introduced throughout this Retaliation game mode as well, but these are the most important. So now that we went over all of the materials to use, I have a little cheat sheet for you. And this is for the weapons. And as you can see, I put all of the weapon categories together. So assault rifles, LMGs, rifles, shotguns, marksman rifles, SMGs, and pistols. These are all the weapon blueprints that we for now can get throughout Retaliation, as I would think the blueprints will get more the more seasons we get. So to give you a little explanation about this cheat sheet, if we look at the assault rifles, we look at the chameleon, you see the first logo next to it, that is hyena. So what this means is you need to do a retaliation within the hyena faction. So piss off the hyenas, make sure that they retaliate towards you, and then you have a chance to get the chameleon, for example, as a blueprint. So that's the first logo you see behind the chameleon, and that is in orange. And then we have our second logo, and this might be a little bit more confusing because you don't know these logos. And these are all the materials that we need to craft this weapon, or of course for the next cheat sheet, for our gear. So as you can see, the chameleon, that needs hyenas and then automatic defense parts. For the St. Elmo, you need true sons and military dog tags. For the Striga, you need again hyenas and then crystallized spice. I won't go over the full list. You can screenshot it yourself. You can use it yourself so you can instantly see what type of faction you need to fight and what type of materials you need to get together to, for example, craft that Striga if you're hunting it down. I think this Retaliation mode is such a W for the game, especially for the new and or returning players, because if we're gonna craft one of these exotics, if you don't have one of these exotics, this is a perfect way to get them. Of course, we all know that Countdown is the loot piano of the game. It's still a very good way to get your exotics, as we can target farm, but now we can target farm our exotics by attacking a certain faction, by using a certain material, so you can craft whatever exotic weapon, if it's of course in the list over here, as we won't see an Eagle Bearer, an Ouroboros or something like that. Those are still locked exotics, and you have to play that respected game mode to unlock them. Same goes for the gear. This is the little cheat sheet for the gear. And as you can see, there's only 6 categories. We have masks, holsters, knee pads, gloves, backpack, and chest pieces. Again, this works exactly the same as the weapons. A cheat sheet to show you which faction you need to fight, and then of course the next logo to show you which new material you need. To give you another example, just like we did with the assault rifles, let's get the masks, we can get the Catharsis, we can get the Coyotes, and we can get the Vial. For the Catharsis, we need to fight the True Sons, and then we need to collect military dog tags. And for the Coyotes, we need to fight the Hyenas, and we need to get some crystallized spice together. And at last, for the Vial, we need to fight the Outcasts, and we need to get automated defense parts connected to that as well. These are the 2 logos that I found the most important, as I already explained to you that we need some more materials to craft this. But the moment I put more items on this, the moment I put more logos on this, it might get a little bit too busy. I will try it in the foreseeable future, but for now I think this is a great cheat sheet. As I already mentioned, we will always need some gun alloy or some gear weave depending on what you craft. Same as for the tactical assessment, same as for that exotic component, and then depending if it's a weapon or gear, it needs steel, titanium, and or carbon fiber. And for the gear, we need electronics, polycarbonate, and or ceramics extra to craft them. And again, this is a great addition, especially for the new and or returning players. Probably also the mid-game players that's still hunting down every single exotic, and it is an open world game mode. I had a blast doing it. Of course, we did a whole breakdown of the Retaliation mode and my honest opinion about it as well. If you want to check that out, I will link it on the screen right now. But overall, I think it's a great addition. Not the best for us as an endgame player, a day 1 player, an OG player. But on the other side, if you're gonna be honest to yourself, we're not really playing this for the rewards anymore. I'm gonna be having a lot of fun. I love the open world. And of course, we always love to help out the community, get some exotics for that targeted farm. But now I want to hear your opinion. What do you think about these 2 cheat sheets? Would you love to see a little bit more information, or is this already too much for you? I would love to hear your opinion. Make sure to screenshot these cheat sheets as well. But don't worry, I will share these sheets on the Discord as well, and might also be on the socials. Keep an eye out, but that's pretty much it for me today. Thank you very much for sticking until the end. Like the video if you liked the video or helped you out in any way or form. And of course, if you're new here and or you want to be updated by the Division 2, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And I will see you in the next one. Pure Prime out.